WAC Vegas is here. 3 games in 3 days starting on Thursday. Just going to talk about preparation here over the past couple days as you kind of get ready for really kind of the most important week of the year thus far.
You know how our schedule played out this year. We just had the one game last week, and we ended early with Thursday being our last conference regular season game. So we had a whole week in between games, and obviously everybody wants to be playing their best right now, and we feel pretty good about how we were playing the last couple games with the road trip and then the last home game against Cal Baptist. So that will give you some pause just to try to figure out what to do from Thursday to Thursday, and we elected to give them a couple days off and then just have normal practices, and they've been good. They've been good. They continue to be motivated and buying into the mantra of getting better every day. And so we'll just try to clean up some stuff today and tomorrow and head that way.
It's kind of the timeline, usually Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll practice here Tuesday morning and then fly late afternoon and get in there, early Tuesday night, and then we play at noon on Thursday. So, and then last year we had the issue with the flight and the wind being canceled the day before. So I listened to some people smarter than me and went Tuesday instead of Wednesday this year.
Just obviously, you played the entire season for this week. What kind of conversations do you have with the guys? I'm sure they know, but just in terms of making sure that they're ratcheting up their intensity heading into this week.
We haven't had any. We've really just talked about treat these practices like we had the other ones. Since we don't, we had the opponent, obviously, Chicago State, but with such a week, long time between games, we really focused on ourselves this weekend. We didn't watch any scouting video. We didn't prepare for any team. We just tried to get better, and as a coach, that's fun sometimes. It's easy to get caught up in preparing for your team and worried about their sets and how they play and how we're going to score. But when you're just focused on, your system and your team, and you're going 5 versus 5 and mixing up your teams, and everyone's playing Aggie basketball, I think it's a great opportunity to get better. And they've been great. I mean, I don't need to tell them what's at stake. They obviously, like you said, are aware of it. They had great attitudes. They worked hard. And I expect that to continue leading up to Thursday's game.
When you take a look at your defense over the past 3 games, what do you really think has changed, just whether it be just an individual on the court at the time or just kind of from a team standpoint from that part of the game?
I can't put my finger on one particular item or person. It just seems to me that it's grabbed a hold of them. They've grabbed onto it, and it's we've sunk our teeth into it as a group. They've continued. We've had good performances defensively, but not 3 in a row, like we were in the midst of right now. I'm just glad it's happening now. Yvonne is kind of the anchor for our defense right now, and if I'd have said that a year ago, I'd have started laughing. But he's really improved as a defender, and I've always been of the thought process that if you want your defense to be really, really good, your big's got to be great. You can have good guards that can get after the ball and have length and size and all that, but if your bigs aren't protecting the paint, either by helping outside of it, blocking shots, being great ball screen defenders, which the game has evolved into, you're never going to be great. And Johnny and Yvonne are both right now playing really, really good defense. It gives our guards a lot of confidence to get after the ball a little bit more. And those kids are just flying around. Their foot angles are better. Their ability to move their feet against smaller people has improved. And they like it. They understand how important it is to me and to winning. But I think that's been the biggest improvement, is just that our bigs have gotten better defensively.
Coach, can you talk about how your team's been able to handle the pressure of having that target on its back all season long and now continuing into the WAC tournament?
I think they like it. I think they know people are gunning for us. I think they enjoy being that team. As a program, that's the goal. You want to be the team that everybody is coming after. It means you're in a good place. And I think this program has been in that place long before, me and my staff got here, but especially after this season with being undefeated in conference play and going down the stretch with everybody wanting to be that team to knock us off. It was a great platform for us to feel pressure, to play not to lose, and that's a fine line. You don't want to play necessarily not to lose, but in reality, there's a part of it that's there once you get to Vegas. And so we try to use it to the best of our ability to get them to feel like they had to win each and every game, and they responded well. And so I'm hoping that this weekend, when the stakes are high, that they'll continue to play normal because of already having that internal feeling of, we have to win this game. But they've handled it great. I felt confident that they would. I was asked a lot of questions about, would they continue to stay motivated, even though they had clinched the regular season title, and I was never worried about it at all, and I think they proved to everybody that they continue to get better and continue to be motivated.
Looking back, obviously this is the third time around going to the WAC Tournament for you. How would you kind of compare this year's team at where it's at entering this point of the season compared to the last couple of years in terms of how you feel about it?
That's a great question. I get asked that, by fans, friends, how do you compare your teams? And up until about 3 weeks ago, I would have said that, last year's team was better and probably our first year team was better. But at this point right now, I can't say that. This team has really grown, and they believe in themselves, and they're playing with just in my opinion, just a great approach and demeanor, and I like the tenor of our team in the locker room. And right now, today, like going to Vegas, I feel really good about them. I feel like they're in the right place mentally, physically, certainly because of the injuries and the guys coming and going from the lineup and what happened to Clayton and AJ, in addition to everybody else. That took some time to settle in and having to hit that reset button a couple different times throughout the season, but they handled that great. And now, because of the winning and how we're playing, I feel like they're bursting with confidence, and I just think that we're going to be hard to beat. And that's a great feeling as a coach. We're not going to be overconfident. We're going to respect everyone we play out there. We're going to prepare hard, but I think this team's attitude is, we're the best. And, now that it's Vegas time and everybody's coming after us, our attitude is going to be, it's time for everybody to take our best shot. We know what's at stake. We know what we're playing for. And I expect them to play at a high level this weekend.
I guess this is, none of us in this room are doctors, but there's obviously been a lot of talk with coronavirus, potential of tournaments being played without fans and anything. As a coach, have you had any thoughts on that possibility?
I'm more focused on just making sure that we're educating our staff and our players on any precautions that they need to take to, try to make sure that, they stay healthy in terms of, washing your hands and your contact with people and all that kind of stuff. So, we continue to have our trainer talk to our team a couple different times in the last week to ensure that, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that, none of our people get infected, or, if someone would ever be, not to, pass that along. But in terms of, not playing in front of empty arenas, et cetera, that doesn't really cross my mind. That has, I won't get a vote on something like that. So I tend not to worry about stuff that I don't have much influence on.
Traditionally, it's been a really big fan base, really, in Las Vegas for New Mexico State. Just kind of talk about your experience seeing that evolve this year-to-year headed.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it my first year. I'd heard about it. I didn't know what to expect. And then at one point, I looked up in the championship game, and I just couldn't believe the sea of crimson that had made their way to the Orleans Arena, and it was bigger last year. And it's awesome. It's awesome knowing, we're going to be playing, for the right to go to the NCAA tournament. We're going to have a huge fan base, and they represent our program and our community well. And I certainly hope that it's the same that it's been the last couple of years, but it's a big advantage for us.
Coach, last time you guys had 3 games in 3 days at the Cayman Islands Classic, you were dealing with more rotational changes then. Is there just more confidence, calmness with the team, you think, this time around now?
Yeah, again, it goes back to, what we've went through this year with all the injuries and, AJ and Clayton working their way back and then getting re-injured. And I just think that they believe in one another now more than they ever have all year long. And, we've been playing with this lineup now for a while. Certainly we had Trev out for 5 games, which caused some concern for everybody. But, he's back and looks to be, as close to 100%, as he has been since the injury. And other than that, since the Cal Baptist game, when AJ got hurt, we played the last 15 games with the same group. And I think guys know, what is expected of them now, and guys are sliding into those roles, and I think they're comfortable with it, and that I think helps their confidence come game night.